the best part about the Merry Napkins is that you basically don't need much at all to create this pattern. So first, you will need 2 pieces of the main pattern piece, one main and one lining, cut in mirror images. And then it's really great to keep the pattern piece handy because it'll help you learn how to fold, you know, a few times while you're getting used to how to make it into a tree. So we're just going to take our 2 pieces here and we're going to lay them with right sides together, matching the curved edge and the straight edge against each other. And then we are going to sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around this whole outer edge. We're going to leave like, let's say a 3-inch opening on the straight side so we can turn it. You could leave an opening on the curved side, but it makes it so much harder to get that seam nice and flat. So just go ahead and leave your opening here on the straight edge. All right, we have our piece all sewn together, and here's that little opening that we left. So we're gonna want to go ahead and take some pinking shears if you have them, or you can use regular scissors. And we're gonna cut the seam allowance down all the way around. So then that way it makes it so much easier and smoother when you go to turn and press our napkins open. I always feel really clumsy when I have to video myself cutting with pinking shears. I don't know why. So just enjoy my awkward cutting ways while we go through this real quick here. The beauty of these napkins is that they're so fast. It takes just slightly over a yard of each fabric in order to be able to get 8 napkins. I usually have a table setting of 6 because there's only 3 of us in my immediate family, but during the holidays it's great to have more napkins just because we do, you know, host a little bit more during this time of year. So if you need 8, or you can go, you know, make as many as you want. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just turn this through the opening now. The birthing method, right? When we turn it right side out. And you're gonna wanna grab a tool. Let's say if you're part of our Fabric for Pirates subscription, that purple thing will work. I have this little bodkin that I use, and you're just gonna wanna go in and kind of push out the corners of the top and bottom points, and that will just help keep it really nice and clean and pointy and awesome. And there we go. So all we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're gonna press our napkin, so when we top stitch it, it makes it a lot cleaner. Our opening is still right here, so we're gonna add a couple of pins once our pressing is done, just to make sure that we get it all good to go. We are all pressed and we are so close to being done. This is why I love this pattern so much. You can add a couple of pins to this opening if you want, just to remind yourself that it's there, but we're gonna go ahead and top stitch around the entire napkin now. Now that we are all top stitched, you can grab your pattern piece for this. This is literally why I put all of these little dotted lines on the pattern piece itself. Some of our testers actually top stitched these lines, but I don't, it's up to you. It's not necessary. If you want a precise fold and if you're gifting them especially, you want people to know where to fold, that works, but you can just keep it as this half circle right here. So if you want, go ahead and ahead of time fold along those dotted lines so we know what we're gonna end up with here. And you just can stick your napkin and kind of center it, because you know we sewed with some seam allowances, so it's not going to be the exact same size this is now. And you just start folding it along where the dotted lines are. So we're gonna fold the top forward. We're going to flip it and fold the second fold backwards. We're going to flip it over and we're gonna fold the third fold like that. And then you can actually just slide it out, and your pattern piece helped you walk through it. But we can do it again without the paper also, just to give you kind of an idea of how I remember how to do it. Now you can fold it with the straight edge and the curve going either which way. I like, for some reason, this is how I've decided it's going to happen, so that's how it works in my mind. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fold it without the paper and just how I remember how to do it. It's kind of simple. Once you've run through it a couple of times, it's actually very easy to remember. So you're just going to take this top corner and you're going to fold it down to where this is creating a 90-degree angle with your original straight edge. And again, once you get it together, you can fudge it a little bit more, but this is kind of, it works pretty well for how you want to do it. So here we go. We're just going to take this top corner and we're going to fold it so we create a 90-degree angle from this new folded edge to the straight seam that we had before. And then you're going to flip it over and we're going to fold this back just exactly along that small piece that we had. And then we're going to flip it again. And we're going to fold along the line that we had just created. So we've got 4 folds here. Well, I guess 3 folds. 1, 2, 3. And then you're all set. And you can press it if you want to, or you can just leave it flat. I like pressing it just because when I go to put it on the table, then it doesn't move as much. But let's go ahead and do this again just so we can run through it. So we're going to take this top corner. We're going to fold it so it gives us a right angle. We're going to flip it over and we're going to fold back just that first fold amount that we have, but we're bringing another piece with us. We're going to fold it or flip it over again. And we're going to fold it a 3rd time. So we've made this little tree looking thing. So again, if it's not perfect when you folded it because you're eyeballing it, you can just kind of move it around and smush it until it makes it work. And again, if you want to press it, you can. I've pressed all these so you can see the difference between a pressed one. It just has, like, you know, some pressed edges on it. And I've chosen to alternate between the different fabrics. So this one has the red on top and this one has the crafty version on top. So then that way I have alternating napkins with the same fabrics on my table. And again, if you press it, it's a lot faster to fold back up. I just think these are so cute. I am very excited to see how you feel about them. And I think they would make really amazing gifts for people for Christmas. I know people love getting like little fancy table settings, you know, when you're hosting during the holidays. So I hope you enjoy it. Can't wait to see what you make. And from all of us at Patterns for Pirates, happy holidays.